Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Uhuru Kenyata is a man on a mission. He's making certain political moves that are really scaring the government of the day. When Uhuru jetted into the country from United Kingdom, the first thing that he did was to declare with certainty that he is in Azimio to stay, and he stated that he will not shy away from reminding all and sundry that he belongs to Azimio. Remember, Gachagua had said that he wanted to look for Uhuru Kenyata so that they can unite Mount Kenya around William Samoei Ruto. So the move and the announcement was to tell Gachagua that I'm not interested. And then you've seen how Uhuru Kenyata has been sought for by Meg Whitman and the UK ambassador to the country in a bid to try and cajole him to support William Samoei Ruto and to embrace the National Dialogue Report, something that he has completely declined to do. Now, of recent, we have seen Uhuru Kenyata rejuvenated, and he has decided that he is going to make life very difficult for the UDA, government, because this government continues to blame him for their predicaments. They never own up and face their problems. If you want exactly to know what Uhuru is doing, then look at what happened recently, and you'll realize that Uhuru is trying to ensure that Jubilee is rejuvenated, and he's taking it back from the attempted coup by Sabina Chege, Sabina Chege, Kanini Kega, and the likes. If you study the moves of Uhuru Kenyata very carefully, he is on a mission to ensure that William Samoei Ruto becomes a one-term president, because he has laid bare William Ruto. He warned the people last year, but people thought that he didn't like his number two. But now Kenyans themselves have seen that this government is a failure. Now, what are some of the things that Uhuru Kenyata is doing to ensure that William Ruto becomes a one-term president? Because if you ask me, he is leading a revolution. One, Uhuru Kenyata is meeting the Azimio affiliate parties in a bid to unite them, because there have been reports that Azimio is being divided and it is disintegrating into pieces. Martha Karua is pulling her own way. There were reports that maybe Jubilee would break away, but Uhuru is ensuring, as the chairman of the Azimio coalition, that they stay together. Not just staying together, but is telling them to stay together and ignore and reject the NADCO report that he says does not carry the will of the people, especially now that the agenda of the cost of living was never tackled.
No, we are in Azimio coalition to stay. That is our coalition, and that is why we are going to work with other leaders and other communities to build a very strong movement. Yenye itangoa Ruto kwa hiyo kiti. So we are staying in Azimio, we are fighting from there, and we are very united. These stories you are hearing, they are sponsored stories to say that Azimio is divided. I don't know who is here, who is no. Azimio is together. And we are going to fight this battle together. And about restructuring of Jubilee, the most important thing right now for Jubilee is to start from the grassroots. Building up. We cannot just be a party that talks from up there, but mashinani hatuna watu. So as you've been seeing our Secretary General, Kioni, moving from one county to another, just trying to bring people together at the grassroots level. We are having, we are having leaders, young leaders, appointing young leaders to lead Jubilee in different counties. You saw him and our party chairman, David Murathe in Lamu, also defending our people. So we are building this party.
Now, he started by consecrating the Ichaweri Baptist, St. John's Baptist Church in Ichaweri. And it was to announce to the people that there are leaders, that was a coded message, that there are leaders who will traverse the country telling people that they are Christians, yet their utterances and actions do not conform to what they profess. You know, William Ruto has got a church in Karen Home, and the second lady, Dorcas, is also a reverend. She's got a church, and so William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua have always, you know, hoodwinked Kenyans that they are men of God. In fact, they continue to say that their win was given by God. And they have always portrayed Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyata as people who do not love Christ. They always call Uhuru drunkard, saying that Raila ni muganga. Uhuru wanted to show them that we have a foundation. We are also very Christian. It is only that we don't shout about it. And Uhuru consecrated that church and it went public, and people now know that William Ruto started his church things today. But the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, the first founding father, had already built a foundation of a church long time ago. It is only that they are not shouting about it. And this is to ensure that they demystify the idea behind being antichrist, so that as we move on, we know where we belong. You've seen Raila going to churches, but of course now they are very happy that William Ruto has been exposed with all the lies. They are rallying Mount Kenya fraternity to move to Jubilee, and is telling them that Jubilee is the house. Anyone who's left behind, the train is almost leaving. And he's reviving the Jubilee party, trying to do the grassroots fortification so that they have a strong party. Because in due course and in fullness of time, Mount Kenya is going, the Mount Kenya fraternity is going to face Mlima Kenya. And that is where they will speak with one voice. That is the time William Ruto will know that you can only rent a Kikuyu, but you cannot buy it. They ditched their own son, Uhuru Kenyata, a man who had been with them, a man who helped them in 2007. It was said that he rallied the city hopper buses to go and help their people in Naivasha, but they still ditched him. What about William Ruto is coming from Rift Valley, because we play, you know, a kind of regional politics. And Uhuru Kenyata is making sure that when the time comes that Mount Kenya will make a U-turn, they will come back to the house. The Jubilee party. Uhuru Kenyata is also trying to expose Rigathi Gachagua as a failure. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua has always said that he's the mouthpiece of Mount Kenya. But they are now exposing how Rigathi Gachagua has been cornered, cornered into a tight wall, and there's nothing he can do. He is embracing everything that William Ruto is doing. Their sons and daughters who are in offices cannot speak against the ills in the government. In fact, William Ruto is using people like Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah to perpetuate some of the things that are not very pleasant to Kenyans. And they're saying that Rigathi Gachagua is not speaking for the Mount Kenya fraternity. They're telling people that the office that Rigathi Gachagua has belongs to himself. He's not using it to defend their people, Nyamakima, their people being attacked in Lamu. And they're exposing Rigathi Gachagua is a man who has always, manifested himself as a spokesperson, a man who says that Mount Kenya fraternity, the Kikuyus are shareholders, but then there are no fruits in it.
Number two in the government. The number two in government is the one who is telling us that we are shareholders in that government, knowing that he's lying. If he is a shareholder himself, Rigathi Gachagua is a shareholder in government, and whoever else feels he's a shareholder because they have government appointments, that does not represent the rest of us. That is Rigathi Gachagua and his office. It does not represent Mount Kenya because he never talks about Mount Kenya. People have been dying in Lamu, Kikuyus. People are being harassed in Eldoret. He does not talk. I have not heard him talk about Lamu. I have not heard him talk about Nyamakema traders. But he's telling us we are shareholders. Hiyo ni kiti yake yeye mwenyewe. Haituhusu. Yeye haituhusu. So that is his position as Rigathi Gachagua. It does not belong to Mount Kenya or to the Kikuyu community. Thank you very much.
Finally, He's also reminding the people of Mount Kenya and Kenyans as a whole that William Ruto is the source of all our predicaments, the high cost of living, the taxes, corruption within the country, just the same way Ruto used to accuse him when he was in power. Now, unlike the machinations that William Ruto used in the last campaigns, Uhuru people are reminding Kenyans of things that they can see. Life is just unbearable. And with this, I can assure you that William Ruto has been declared a one-term president, because they are telling him, Zakayo shuka ama tutakushukisha.
Hii mambo imeenda imepita zaidi. Sasa hii mambo ya affordable housing, tukaambiwa kila mtu ambaye anafanya kazi atakuwa akilipa 1.5%. Ikabadilishwa ikatoa kutoka kwa levy ikakuwa ni tax. Sasa nasikia imerudi kwa bunge tena irudishwe ili hata yule mama bogo alikuwa halipi atakuwa akilipa 1.5%. Mtu wa boda boda atakuwa akilipa 1.5%. Yule alidanganywa akaambiwa ati hii serikali ni yake. Na mimi nauliza leo, kwa sababu controller wa budget alituambia katika Statehouse kwa wakati wa muda wa miezi 4 wametumia 531 million kwa hiyo nyumba kupika chai na kukula mandazi. Ukihesabu hiyo pesa inakuja shilingi 1635 kwa kila siku.
Ni kubwa sana kulingana na yale mambo ambayo yalisemwa na ambaye ni rais leo. Akasema yeye ni mtu wa hasla na yeye anataka kuangalia maslahi ya hasla, na wengi ambao nyinyi mko hapa nyinyi ni mahasla. Vile amefanya ni kweli, ameangalia maslahi yenu kwa njia hii ya kwamba ametoa mafuta mahali ilikuwa shilingi 180 akapeleka 200 na kitu juu. Ameangalia maisha ama ameharibu? Enough is enough, and we don't want your liberation. We have decided to liberate ourselves, and the starting time is now. The starting time is now. Nyote mmekubali tuanze safari ya kutimua hii jamaa na tusumbua? Ni wangapi wanasema tumutimue? Kama mbaya utashuka kwa mti, kama hautoki tutakata huo mti na pawa so uanguke chini.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, Uhuru has decided liwalo and is ready to meet the consequences. And these moves are really getting the government with a lot of worries.